Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast with Renata Raya for round two. She's been on, I think, a year and a half ago with her company Revie. She's co-founder and CEO at that company. We discussed e-commerce last time. We discussed WhatsApp, if my memory is good. So I'm interested to see where the company is now. Renata is a great entrepreneur. She's located in Mexico City. I'm in Oaxaca. This podcast is presented to you by podbuyer.com. That is my podcasting company. If you want to send AI emails to your ideal customer persona and have them book a podcast with you so that you can follow up with them and convert them into clients, you can go to podbuyer.com. We also help you monetize podcasting with AdSense and getting sponsors. Renata, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Thanks, Charles, for this round two. So I'm co-founder and CEO at Revie, which is a reviews and marketing platform via WhatsApp for e-commerce. So I feel like when we talked a year and a half ago, it was strictly a reviews app or a reviews platform for e-commerce. And now we've gone into the marketing, WhatsApp marketing space, which I think has been a great, I guess it just made us grow so much, thinking that reviews worked great via WhatsApp here in Mexico, Latin America, also in Europe and some places in Southeast Asia. It has worked really well. And I think kind of going back, my background is in e-commerce and digital marketing. With my co-founder at Revy, we founded a agency which is called Triciclo 9 years ago. So we've really been in that space a lot, and we know that one of the biggest pains for any e-commerce is selling more or growing in their sales, and it's just truly very, very hard to scale, especially I feel today versus when we started and we were paying for ads at a very lower price. Talking about Facebook, Instagram, Google, it was just a lot less expensive then, and it was a lot more effective. And so I think like seeing the results with Revy as a reviews platform via WhatsApp, we were like, I think what all our customers need is to scale and grow. And our hypothesis was like, if WhatsApp works for reviews, then it must work with marketing as well. And so we added that component maybe in February of this year. It was like publicly launched for all of our customers. And the results have been great. We have our return on investment for some customers have even gone to like 50, 70 times what they're investing in WhatsApp marketing. So I think our customers are really, really happy. And obviously they're willing to pay a lot more for our platform with the marketing side of Revy.
Interesting. I think last time we spoke, you were at like 20 or 30K MRR. How has that grown since then?
No. I think when we last spoke, we couldn't have been over 10 in MRR. And I'm saying that because today we are at over 30 MRR right now. So yeah, we were definitely under 10K at that time.
Is it mostly organic growth, like people being satisfied with the product and just referring to fellow entrepreneurs?
Our strategy has really been with a lot of newsletters and just email marketing has worked really, really well for us. But definitely a big part of our, I guess you could say, acquisition has definitely been like word of mouth and our customers referring us to other customers. And another big part of our growth has been e-commerce agencies that refer our app or our platform for the online stores that they're developing or that they work with.
Right. And you told me that you added the marketing part. When did you knew that it was the moment to launch that new feature? When was it obvious that you needed to branch out? Because some will say that this may be a distraction, but when's the right time typically to launch a new feature and monetize on it?
So I feel like this was about a year ago. We were really focused on two things, which one obviously was growth, and the other was where is Revy moving towards? Like, so reviews is great, and there's just so much you can do around reviews to make the platform a lot more robust and just with adding more value to our customers. And I think we had a lot of great ideas, but in the end, it was like, what do our customers need the most? And it just went down to growth. And so we kind of saw like as a full circle. So if you have more reviews, it generates a lot more confidence in customers to buy. And the marketing side just grows your sales or helps you grow in sales. And so you have more reviews because of the sales. So we just felt like it was a full circle where we could grow from reviews to marketing, and then from marketing continue to grow into the review side. And I feel like 1 year into Revy, it was a good time to explore a new big feature. Like, so within the review side, we had added a few small features, but we hadn't gone into something completely new or, yeah, something just completely different. And I think it was like about a year into Revy where we decided it was time, and that we also felt that we were, I mean, you're never quite 100% sure, but we were pretty sure that the marketing aspect would be a great asset for us moving forward with Revy.
So people only get access to the marketing campaign launch feature on the Plan Plus, right? Plan Plus,
Right.
which is $100 a month. So have you seen a lot of people switch from Pro to Plus or Lite to Plus to get access to this feature?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen customers go from our light plan, which is $9 to 99, and it really, I mean, it obviously it is sometimes a bit hard to explain like the value from $9 to 99, especially if you haven't tried it. But once they try it, and they're like, okay, so if I was spending X amount in Instagram, Facebook, Google, or whatnot, and they see the results within Revy using the WhatsApp marketing, it's just like a no-brainer. So I do feel like sometimes we do need to give them like a free trial or some kind of benefit for them to try, especially when they're going from $9 to 99. But they immediately see the results, and I think that just convinces them on its own. Like, just the results talk for themselves for itself. And from the 39, from the pro plan to the plus plan, it's very easy because you're adding a whole new feature for not that much amount. And we've also compared ourselves to other platforms that work with marketing, WhatsApp marketing, a bit different, but that have this feature. And I feel like we're definitely in the price range, and you're getting reviews and marketing for a very fair amount of price.
Right. As a consumer in Mexico, I message businesses on Facebook and on WhatsApp, and I prefer WhatsApp. So it's pretty obvious that once you have, I don't know, 10 customers or 15 that messaged you before, that if you send them a marketing campaign, at least one's going to convert, right? And if your product's LTV is over like $100, it sort of justifies you buying a plan here. I was like, why are you guys charging in dollars? But that's because you're targeting full LatAm. Where are you the most present nowadays? Mexico's probably number one, but what's after Colombia,
Yes.
Argentina?
So number one is Mexico, and then it's Colombia, and followed by Chile. They're very, very close, a number of users for Revy. And after that, it kind of really spreads out between Brazil, Peru, Argentina. I would say are like the next that kind of spread out. And then I would go with Spain and other places like just very random, like even I think it's Pakistan that use our app. And I mean, they use the messaging in English, not even like local language or anything. So that just spread out, but definitely our main users are Mexico, Colombia, and Chile.
And what data do you see in Mexico? Do entrepreneurs still launch brick and mortar or product businesses before they launch service-based businesses? And yeah, I guess even service-based businesses can use your platform, right?
Um, yes and no. I mean, it's definitely a space that we have thought about exploring. Right now, we're focused only on e-commerce. Like if it's a service that is on an e-commerce platform per se, like it definitely works. But it has to be on a e-commerce platform like Shopify, Tienda Nube, Vitex. Those are the platforms that we're working with right now, and we'll definitely expand moving forward to other platforms. But right now, our main platform is Shopify, and then followed by Tienda Nube and Vitex, which are really strong in Latin America.
And what's in your mind when you target this ICP of yours vs, I don't know, a US ICP or a Canadian ICP? Is it just about them being more price conscious, or is it just about lowering prices? How do you market them different than if you would market a US customer?
Um, so really, right now we're only thinking about Latin America, like as we're only focusing on Latin America, especially because of the idea of our product using WhatsApp. We really don't even think about the US or Canadian market today because of the low use of WhatsApp in those countries. So that's why right now we don't even have them. Like, I mean, we would love to grow into that space someday, but we know today that WhatsApp is doesn't represent what it represents here in Mexico or Latin America. And so we're right now we're not even targeting them as we speak.
And what have you seen generally in trends as per entrepreneurs in Mexico? I believe there's way more entrepreneurs here, statistically speaking, than there are in Canada, in US. Uh, what does it take for Mexico to really compete at the national level vs Canada or US as a country? First, on the traditional business side, like launching a product, and then can you also speak on the startup scene, like how Mexico is doing vs the world?
Yeah, sure. So I feel like starting with the startup side, I mean, I've heard this in multiple conversations with entrepreneurs from other countries living in Mexico. I feel like Mexico City has become like the Silicon Valley of Latin America. It's just I feel like it's a very privileged place to be from. I mean, I didn't even have to move here to start Revy or anything like that. And I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs move here because it's like if I make it in Mexico, I'll probably be able to grow into other countries. So I feel like it's very privileged to be from here and be living here. So I feel like the startup space and ecosystem is pretty big nowadays versus like 10 or 15 years ago. So that's great. And launching a product, um, I guess, I mean, I can't speak for the US and Canada, but I feel like it might be a lot harder if you're thinking about like raising capital and the VC side of everything. Like there's much more capital internationally than probably here. Although I know there's a lot of capital here as well. Um, but bootstrapping, I guess it's very similar. I mean, like there's obviously a lot of competition in any country. I feel what's different for us particularly is that when we started with the reviews, the reviews via WhatsApp, there was no one doing that particular function in Latin America, and there is more competition for the marketing side. But I feel like starting with something that no one was doing at the time really did help us with the acquisition, especially in the beginning. There was really no one doing reviews via WhatsApp, and till this day, really, we haven't seen anyone do that with the marketing side. Yes, obviously, but I feel like that allowed us to gain a lot of the market in the beginning. So particularly, I guess, just being an entrepreneur, launching a product, I feel like it's just as hard anywhere. And being local obviously helps with the local market, obviously.
What are your priorities this year as a CEO?
Priorities 100% is growth. Once we kind of found where we wanted to head with Revy, I feel like that was the priority for last year. It was very like a skeptic in the beginning, like, are we just going full into reviews and going more into the data side, or are we going into marketing, or are we adding something completely different? And so once we kind of saw the road ahead, and we've confirmed that that's kind of where we want to grow, which is complementing reviews and marketing and loyalty, which we're going to go into loyalty probably in the next couple of months. I'm very, very happy with that. And right now, as a priority, it's definitely growth, especially because we've decided to bootstrap for at least we don't have like a timeline or anything, but definitely growth is very, very important for us to continue doing this, and just keep positioning our platform in the rest of Latin America. As I said, Mexico is still number one, but there's still so much potential for our growth within Mexico alone that I mean, I can't even begin to start with the rest of Latin America.
What does a day to day look like in your life? What habits do you entertain to be more productive and happier and everything in between?
So one of, I think, the most important things for me is exercising. I feel like when there's a very tough week with like tough schedules, and or maybe like a business trip or something like that kind of changes your week. I feel like that's just one of the things that kind of doesn't keep me like that just gets me off my feet of like being not that anxious and just kind of being able to concentrate. So I feel like exercising is really, really important for me. I mainly do indoor cycling. I think that's like the main thing that I do. I love swimming as well. And another thing that is pretty recent, like, I mean, recent for like the last the last 4 months actually, has been doing breath work. So that's been a game changer for me. I mean, I suffer a lot with anxiety, and I feel like breath work has really, really been a game changer for me. Another thing that I've changed up in the last couple of months as well has been not looking at my phone like an hour before I go to sleep. Um, like before, I was just like scrolling through my phone, wasting time, and it's just not even good for you for a good night's sleep and resting up. So I've changed that up a lot, and I've been doing a lot of reading, and just like it doesn't have to be anything related to business, and which I think when I started Revy, I had this thing about like reading everything that had to do with startups and business and stuff like that. And I feel like that's also, it's great, and it's great to learn. And when I feel like reading something about that, that's great. But I also kind of just let my guard down a little bit and saying like, I just want to read something that's going to be pleasant to read. And it's better than scrolling through your phone, and it's going to distract me, and it just allow me to just get a good rest. So those, I think, are the three things that have been keeping me a lot like calmer and allows me to focus a lot more on my day-to-day work. I'm very disorganized, I think I could say. So I'm still working on that, but just my day-to-day is a lot of meetings with customers. My calendar has been kind of public for the last couple of months, where I send out a newsletter and then they can just book a meeting with me, and I give them like a demo of the product, which has been great because I think that that's what mostly converts into customers.
Love it. Yeah, spinning is great. It's like a party, but without the alcohol and all the bad stuff, right? Um,
Definitely.
and I can relate so much to the reading before bed thing. So me, yes, I used to read business books before bed, and I would dream about doing business, and I would wake up and it's like, okay, I just did a lot of business, now business again. So nowadays I read Wikipedia's. Sure, sometimes about like business or magnets, billionaires, and so forth. But yesterday was about the guy that invented the polio vaccine, right, and saved countless amounts of lives. And yeah, that's good info for my brain, but it's also enough to shut my brain down before sleep. So very important. Well, thank you, Renata, for showing up again. Where can people find out more about you?
They can find me at Reraya, Reraya. That's my Instagram. And for more about Revy, it's at Revie, Revie.ai. And our website, it's just the same. It's Revie.ai. So I guess they can find us there.
Was another podcast.